Welcome to episode 418 of the All You Can Hear podcast. My name is Wenzel, and joining me today is my digitized co-host.
I'm 9-inch Aries.
Oh, wow.
Very short, very tiny Aries.
Oh.
Yeah. What were you thinking?
I thought you were like, I don't know, a really like sick kind of pioneer for industrial music kind of god.
No.
Oh. So you're just a really tiny guy.
Yeah, I'm very tiny, and I'm gonna kill people. Actually, no, I'm a good guy. But like, I look like a bad guy at the start, but also I look like a bad guy because I'm played by a bad guy.
For today's episode, we're going to be talking about the most recently released and newest addition into the TRON franchise, TRON Ares. It officially premiered this past week on
do you mean like it premiered? Fuck, it's Sunday.
Okay, sorry. What were you going to say? Sorry.
I was gonna do a reference to 30 Seconds to Mars because it premiered yesterday. Never from yesterday. It's a song that they do. It's one of the good ones.
I mean, how many fucking 30 Seconds to Mars fans are gonna be here to even fucking know?
Well, hey, just know that 30 Seconds to Mars fans is actually a decent amount of people that really enjoy 4 songs from them, okay? And those 4 songs are really good.
God, I always forget that he has that band, and there was a time when I don't want to say they were like I'm like who listens to them? But then at the same time, it's like, well, there were people, and I guess there are still people that listen to them.
Not everyone knows about Jared Leto being a weirdo. That it's you got to be someone online, and he was super popular in the early 2000s. So all those people that just did not really stick to being an always online person just do not know about it.
Yeah, like I guess because of the Dallas Buyers Club, like it just kind of shot him into like, obviously, like he's a very good actor and into popularity, and then he has this band. It's just, I don't know. It's just, I guess for me, I just forget they even exist. But then I'm like, well, fuck, I don't like, they're not good. So, but then at the same time, it's like, well, he has to have, I guess, fans. I don't know. Sorry.
I mean, he has a cult, so he does have fans.
He does have fans. Yeah. So, sorry. It premiered on Thursday, October 9th. And its full, wide release was the day after Friday, October 10th. That's when we watched it.
I want to go ahead and say I am a massive Tron Legacy fan. It was one of my favorite films of all time as a little kid. It was awesome. I've only seen it once in theaters in 2010, but I still hold that film with so much love. And I remember most of it. Still, it just that imprinted in my brain. I do want to rewatch it. I did want to rewatch it before this came out, but you really don't need to. But still need to rewatch it. It's that good. Plus, it's Daft Punk. Daft Punk is one of my favorite bands of all time. They did this soundtrack for Tron Legacy. It's just my goat. And when it comes to the original Tron, I fucking hated it when I was little, and I never want to see it again as an adult.
Yeah, I don't really care for the original Tron because I just can't handle watching that now. As like, I couldn't handle watching it as a kid, and I can't handle watching it now as an adult. I'm sorry. Like Colt, I'm a huge fan of Tron Legacy. Unlike Colt, I have rewatched the movie multiple times, just because I really just enjoy it so much. And even today, I haven't rewatched it like probably in the past 2 years, maybe 3. But like, I mean, like I said, over time, consistently, I've loved it. I really enjoyed it. You don't, like Colt said, you don't really need to watch it to know what's going on in Ares, because it is. I will say this: it is a direct sequel to Tron Legacy. But with how they originally wrote it, and they kind of kept that in, is that it was also supposed to be a soft reboot. but they changed it so that it is a direct sequel, but all the events and characters are like there's very God, this is so weird in the production because they talked about how they didn't want to bring back those characters. Also, they couldn't bring them back because the original actors really didn't care about doing it anymore because so much time had passed.
It's been 15 fucking years, guys.
Since
Disney
they
dropped the ball. Disney fucking threw the ball on the ground as hard as they could, and it just bounced over the fence. It's really frustrating.
So much time had passed that nobody was really interested in doing it anymore. So and for them too, it was like they also didn't want to bring in these characters because they didn't want a cameo fest or blah blah blah. They thought it'd be worthless fan service, which is dumb because there is fan service in the fucking movie.
So like another disappointing thing is like I genuinely think that if this movie would have came out like a normal film schedule, I imagine it would have come out in like 2015, 2014. If they had their shit on the ball, we probably would have had another Daft Punk fucking soundtrack, and I think that's bullshit, Disney.
It would have. I'll talk about in production because it had been in production hell for over a decade. Like Colt said, I watched Tron Legacy as a kid. I remember the night after coming home from the theater, I had to go to bed because it was so late, but like I couldn't because Tron Legacy got me so pumped up and so hyped. I would pretend I was like doing like flips and shit in my room, which I couldn't. So like I would like lightly like make myself feel like I'm jumping or like throwing myself, and at some point I'm swinging my arms like I'm holding the disc or whatever, and at some point I end up hitting my hand and it really hurts, and I'm like, okay, it's time to go to bed. But I just remember that's all I could think about going home, and then like same thing, that was kind of like my first introduction to Daft Punk, because when I saw those guys I was like, whoa, those guys are so cool. Who are those guys? And like Colt said, like we could have probably gotten another Daft Punk soundtrack. If not, it's just
I do when I first watched this, it was like the first like Friday of Christmas break for me, and I think it was 5th grade for me. I was 10, 11, somewhere in there. Oh, no, I was 11. It was 2010. So I remember watching it, going fucking crazy, loving it, and I had known about Daft Punk for years at this point, and I was thinking like, I just wanted to see this movie because Daft Punk did the soundtrack. And I had already put the soundtrack on my Christmas list and everything. I was like, Mom, if you get me anything, just get this thing, no matter what. And that year for Christmas, I got a new laptop and the Tron Legacy soundtrack, and I downloaded it straight to my fucking PC, and I listened to that shit on repeat for months. Basically, it was my shit. I fucking loved it.
Wow, yeah, hell yeah, dude. Yeah, we were both in 6th grade when Tron Legacy came out. Yeah, I wasn't really aware of Daft Punk up until that, and then even then it was like even then it didn't really stick to me. Not because I didn't like them or anything, because I just wasn't forming my own music tastes, and then it wasn't until later that or because of that movie, um, I became aware and became invested in.
I will say I did discover Daft Punk through Kanye West, which was a great thing back then. Now, not so much. If you discover Daft Punk through Kanye West in 2025, something's wrong.
God, Bailey, shut the fuck up. Shut your fucking mouth. Do not fucking growl right now, Bailey.
He's talking to his girlfriend.
Yeah, my girlfriend. My girlfriend is a 40-pound, square-headed big bitch.
It's a dog.
Actually,
Wenzel's a dog sitting for Tanner right now.
I don't even know if this will stay in. Yeah. Oh, Bells, you're being a good girl. Bells just went back to being a bog body.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, no. Tron Legacy introduced me to Daft Punk, and I think that's what makes for me Tron Legacy so important, because it introduced really cool, like, I don't know, like visuals and an idea, and like Daft Punk. So we both love Tron Legacy. Again, none of the characters really make a cameo besides Kevin Flynn. That's really it. Jeff Bridges reprised his role as Kevin Flynn. With these review and discussions for films, we're going to take you through who directed, who produced the film, et cetera, who stars in it, and then we'll go into production details, and then we'll walk you through a summary of the story. So to get right into it, the director of this is Joaquim Runing. I think that's how you say his name. Sorry. He has directed Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Men Tell No Tales, and Maleficent, Mistress of Evil. Those were his two most well-known films.
Not exactly a great track record.
And also Kon-Tiki? What is Kon-Tiki? I don't know that.
I don't think
what the fuck is this? I have never heard of this.
It's Norwegian, so it's probably why.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't have many film credits.
No.
No, okay. Interesting. Screenplay is by Jesse Wigatow. Story is by David DeGilio and Jesse Wigatow as well. Based on characters by Steven Lisberger and Bonnie McBird. Produced by Sean Bailey and Jared Leto. Jared Leto had a huge part in getting this film made, honestly, and getting it out of production hell.
I will say I'm thankful for that as a big Tron head.
So
he could have been using that money to do so much worse things, and I'm glad he just spent it on Tron.
Yeah, pretty much. Edmund Ludbrook, Jeffrey Silver, Steven Lisberger, Justin Springer. Cinematography by Jeff Corenweth, edited by Tyler Nelson. Music, as with Tron Legacy, having Daft Punk do the soundtrack, it was announced not too long ago, and it was a huge announcement. I know everybody, including me and Colt, were pumped for this. It was announced that Nine Inch Nails did the soundtrack for this, and I'm gonna go and tell you, the soundtrack does not disappoint.
You can fuck to this movie 110%.
Runtime is 119 minutes. That's about an hour, and that's an hour and 59 minutes. So literally 2 hours. The budget was 180 million, and its current box office. All this information I'm getting off Wikipedia, by the way. Current box office is 60.5 million. Not sure if it will make its money back. But I don't know. The future for Tron is looking very dicey right now.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna. This is probably gonna be the last Tron movie we're ever gonna get. I hate to say it, but
yeah, it sucks.
I mean, hey, we might get another one in 15 years when another guy with a lot of money said, I really like Tron, but I'll be fucking 40, so fuck.
The cast is Jared Leto is playing Ares, Greta Lee is playing Eve Kim, Evan Peters is Julian Dillinger, and he is the grandson of Ed Dillinger. Jesus, Dillinger is a character from the Tron universe. Jodie Turner-Smith is playing Athena. That is Ares' second in command. Hassan Minhaj is playing AJ Singh. Arturo Castro is playing Seth Flores. Gillian Anderson is playing Elizabeth Dillinger, which is Julian's mom and daughter of Ed Dillinger.
She was great because she was just fucking angry at her son the entire movie.
Yeah. Jeff Bridges, as I said, is returning as Kevin Flynn. So very surprised that Cameron Moynihan was in this. He plays Caius. Yeah, and those are pretty much it. I would say Cameron is probably like the most minor role in here. Oh, and then there was Sarah Desjardins as Aaron, which was AJ's assistant. So yeah, that's really it. Oh yeah, and Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross, they cameoed as two F-35 pilots.
The coolest deaths in the movie.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. Yeah, so that's your cast and characters. I want to go into some production details because again, some of this is like pretty just it had been stuck for so long. So I'm just reading this right off Wikipedia, by the way. Development of a direct sequel to Tron Legacy was announced in October 2010 by franchise creator Steven Lisberger, with Legacy screenwriters Edward Kitsis and Adam Horwitz set to return. In April 2011, director Joseph Kosinski stated that the script was still in development while confirming that the film would continue on where Tron Legacy ended. Joseph Kosinski did direct Tron Legacy, obviously known for Top Gun Maverick, Oblivion, which is really the reason why I really love Kaczynski. He stated that the relationship of the characters of Garrett Hedlund's Sam Flynn and Olivia Wilde's Cora would be the next step, with the plot following their adventures in the real world. On March 31st, Kaczynski said that the film script was expected to be finished in 2 weeks, and its working title is it's Tron, but the O is a 3. So I don't know. Tren, which is dumb.
Like, isn't that like a steroid for working out or something like that?
Yes, actually. You're spot on, actually. Yes. How'd you know that?
Because I've seen so many fucking weirdos talk about how Trin's awesome and shit on the internet. Also, just thinking about like just this movie was a bunch of buff ass people doing Tron.
God,
I kind of wish that was the case.
Can you imagine John Cena being Tron or like
yes
or Ares? That'd be crazy. Another title for it. Oh my god! Stop fighting! God damn it! Everybody, just go to bed. Go to sleep.
All right.
For some reason, Bailey thought she should mess with Zelda while she's trying to sleep, and then Zelda just hit the shit out of her, and now everybody's mad.
Damn.
Yeah, and Bailey's like basically wants skin to skin contact, but she's so sad because her sister hurt her.
Damn. You're gonna have to commit seppuku just to make these animals realize the wrong they've done.
Okay. Where was I? Yeah, another title, or I think the title that it was going to officially go by was Tron Ascension.
That's a pretty good name. I do like that.
Yeah, solid name. Yeah, so then a bunch of people were supposed to, in 2014, were supposed to return, including Hedlund, again, who played Sam Flynn. In March 2015, it was revealed that Disney had officially greenlit the third film with Hedlund, Kaczynski, and Wilde set to return and production set to begin in October in Vancouver. In May, it was announced that Disney had scrapped the film. So that was like only a month after it was announced, it was even greenlit. Hedlund stated that the reason for the cancellation was a result of the box office failure of Tomorrowland.
I don't even know what that is, and I'm looking at it.
That was a film with fucking George Clooney. I remember it was like, I remember the trailers being kind of cool, but it was like some kind of like almost retro sci-fi where like Tomorrowland was something that like super secret, and you had like to have a ring or something to even see the Tomorrowland. I don't remember.
That's such a fucky ass reason, considering that Tron is an like a pre-existing IP that is very popular even at the time.
It's like Tomorrowland failed, but it's not connected to Tron. So why would that affect Tron? That's Disney for you. In 2017, Kaczynski said that the sequel is more of a cryogenic freeze as opposed to being completely canceled. He attributed Disney's then recent acquisition of Lucasfilm and Marvel as reasons for Tron being put on the back burner. And then it was in March of 2017, it was reported that franchise would be moving towards being a soft reboot instead of a legacy sequel, with Jared Leto attached to produce and portray Ares, which Ares was actually in iterations of the Ascension script. This the film's the seeds of the film was traced to a conversation between Springer and Lisberger during development of Legacy about how the latter came up with the original film, that being how there was an obsession with a first encounter with aliens in the late 1970s and early 1980s when he lived at MIT, leading him to wonder what if intelligent life didn't come from outer space but from inside a machine created by people yet not controlled by them. This is something that was explored in Legacy, but not in very differently. If anybody remembers, in Legacy, there was a whole new like species that was discovered. That's who Cora, played by Olivia Wilde, was a part of. Um, and yeah, and so they developed the Ares story from parts of the Ascension script, due to the core concept being still relevant, which is that first contact stuff. And then it was in March 2022 that Leto confirmed the filming was still happening. And then it was by January 2023. That's when officially Joachim Roning would take up the directing job. And then it wasn't until January last year that Gillian Anderson even joined the cast.
She didn't really have much on-screen time. Like, she could totally have been there just for a day.
Oh yeah.
Minor role, but she was pretty good.
Springer, who, again, this is where I get what I said earlier about the cameos and stuff. He felt that throwing cameo appearances in like a parade of people felt like a fan service, which would not serve the story. So they opted to only bring back characters in a way that reminded the audience of their love for the franchise, but by surprising them in a way that works. Despite the film not being able to address the cliffhanger ending of Legacy or the fates of Sam and Cora, Springer affirmed that it doesn't contradict the ending and that Legacy remains canon, which I'm glad. I'm glad they kept that canon, that Legacy was canon, because that was a big thing that people were worried about, including myself, was that everybody thought maybe Ares was going to just completely reboot the franchise. Legacy wasn't canon anymore. But from what we'll talk about with the story, they very much kept that canon, and I'm glad. There was actually, the studio actually planned to add an AI generated character that would have been a sidekick to Flynn, a soldier named Bit, entering the real world, but the plan was abandoned prior to filming to avoid potential controversy in the midst of societal and governmental issues surrounding the regulation of AI in filmmaking.
Yeah, that would have been disgusting. It doesn't help that to promote this film, they did a collab with fucking Grok and Twitter or X, and they did a whole fucking AI booth where you could be, oh, you're AI Tron, you're in the Tron verse now. Your AI self is in the Tron. It was
really
stupid. Yeah.
I didn't know they did that. Damn, that sucks. And despite this, though, Bit is still present in the film. We do see them, but is portrayed as it was in the original Tron, and it is an object that can only speak yes or no. I don't know if you remember, Colt, who Bit was.
No.
It was that little diamond that Ares talked to. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I like that. That was fun because you don't really need AI for that.
Yeah. And as I said, it was in August 2024 that very recent, like last year, it was announced that Nine Inch Nails would do the score for the film. I think we talked about this, like, not outside the podcast, where we talked about how it was funny how it was Nine Inch Nails would be the one to do the soundtrack, but it's just Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross, and the use of the band's name was at Disney's request. The last score released under Nine Inch Nails moniker was the 1996 video game Quake. That was the last time a score for an IP they had under their Nine Inch Nails name, which is
that's strange. But you know what? It's just marketing. It's still Nine Inch Nails technically.
It is. I just didn't think about it. I was like, actually, yeah, they've been this entire time. They've just been going by Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross. But like for this, like I said, for marketing for this, it was Disney who wanted them to go by 9 Inch Nails. I didn't think about that. The single that would be kind of like the for the film, for like the marketing stuff, was released in July 17th of this year. It was As Alive as You Need Me to Be. Fantastic. I love it.
Shit's
Awesome.
a banger. It's great in Fortnite.
And then something I also wanted to say too was, because I thought it was funny, is I had seen over the course of this year talks about how Jeff Bridges had to deal with Jared Leto's method acting. I will say, and everybody I've seen, or all the news outlets said the same thing, is that this is prior to this, like, everybody like knows Jared Leto's method acting. It's pretty intense, very, very not good. This is like the most probably like reined in he's been in, even though he still does it. It's like the most like not as controversial as it is,
It
particularly.
makes sense because he's playing a fucking computer AI that doesn't really have much of a personality till the film is getting to its climax.
Yeah. And for this, all really, as far as I know, the only thing he did to get into this character is that he wanted to be referred to as Ares on set. And
Okay.
And Jeff Bridges was quoted as saying, so this is a quote by him: "I didn't want to offend him as a thespian, but I thought I wanted to have a certain intimacy with you. I know your name is Ares. Can I just call you Air?" Jared Leto said, "Yeah, man, you can call me whatever you want." And Jeff Bridges said, "We had a great time." But and from like other stuff, basically he kind of just ignored his method acting. He really didn't just care for it. I want to say somewhere like he was quoted or something as saying like, "Oh, he's that's weird. That's weird," but I can't find it, so I guess I just made it up. But it still stands. Jared Leto's fucking.
Jeff Bridges' part in the film, it felt like they just went to his house and recorded him in his fucking comfortable clothes.
Well, also something that I thought was really funny, Jared Leto talks about, is that he was messing up takes a lot because Jeff Bridges couldn't stop smiling at him.
He's always smiling. That's his thing.
He smiles so much in the movie. I'm just like, man, I can't.
It's every other role he's done too. He's always smiling.
I would say he doesn't smile much in The Big Lebowski. If anything, it's horror and confusion.
I see him as a happy man.
So I guess let's just get into the story. In 2024, this is 15 years after Sam Flynn attempted to retrieve his father Kevin from the grid. Encom and Dillinger Systems, led by former Encom executive Ed Dillinger's grandson Julian, raced to bring digital constructs into reality. Encom Chief Executive Officer Eve Kim and her partner Seth Flores visit a remote Alaskan station set up by Kevin Flynn decades ago, believing his computers hold the permanence code, which is to break the 29-minute barrier holding back the constructs. After finding the code, they transfer a digital orange tree into the real world where it lasts for hours. What this means by the 29-minute barrier is that whenever they print Ares, Athena, or any of their constructs in this world, after 29 minutes, they de-res basically. They just fall apart into dust, and it is a horrifying sound to really cool effect, honestly. They literally they turn gray and then they just scream and just turn to dust. It's crazy. It's a pretty visceral scream.
Like, I just made the scream, but Discord won't allow it.
No,
it's a very fun scream to do, though.
It's very fun. Basically, I think our bit for the month now is that anytime we're inconvenienced or doing something, we're just going to scream out of nowhere and turn into dust because we have that ability. So there's like the very beginning of the movie, they have it's just Julian creating Ares, and then as he's creating Ares, he's putting Ares through these different tests and trials, refining his code so that he can be basically the ultimate warrior. It's really cool. There's like a moment, it's so short, where Ares is fighting like multiple opponents while throwing his disc around. it's so sick. And then eventually we get like glimpses of this area of the grid connected to Dillinger systems. Ares is crowned as master control. It's very cool. Very cool intro, especially with the Nine Inch Nails soundtrack. Like that, it's so sick.
And the soundtrack, it's Atticus Ross and fucking Trent Reznor. They know that the people loved Tron Legacy's soundtrack because Daft Punk is legendary. And they said, all right, we're going to do our own thing, but we're also going to pay tribute by using some of the sounds that they used. But we're going to put our own twist on it. And they did it fucking wonderfully.
Yeah. So I will go ahead and say this too before I fucking forget, is that as Colt says, they implement like the Daft Punk soundtrack sounds into the Nine Inch Nails soundtrack, but the Nine Inch Nails soundtrack and the Daft Punk soundtrack are both separate. You cannot compare them as one being better than the other. They both stand on their own. They're both incredible. Say what you will about this movie, Nine Inch Nails soundtrack does not fucking miss. They do. It's incredible work. And it totally fits the vibe too. I'm going to quote here on Wikipedia as well that when they were making this, Reznor said that he wanted to make it grittier and played by different rules in comparison to Daft Punk, and wanted to give it more of an industrial, or wanted to make Tron more industrial, and it fits too with the fact that we're like, with the story has themes of the military industrial complex wanting to weaponize AI. It works. It fits so well. It's so fucking good. It's so hardcore too. Especially like with the colors of black and red. Like I mean, I know it's so simple, but like Tron Legacy, that light blue and white, light blue and black. Daft Punk with this, that really hard red and black. Nine Inch Nails. It's sick. It works. And then let's see. Meanwhile, at the Dillinger headquarters, Julian introduces Ares to the shareholders, claiming that he is the perfect expendable soldier. Ares shows unexpected self-awareness, noting Julian's indifference to his survival and interest in real-world phenomena like rain. This is where you get that scene in the trailer where he talks about Ares being biblically strong. I find that line so strange, but like I don't know if it's because it's a bad one or whatever. I don't know. It's just something about it just throws me off. Like Ares obviously named after the god of war, but then he says biblically strong. Like I don't know. Like there's something there that it's just really just I don't know. It's flicking something in my brain. I don't know if it's good or bad. After Ares de-reses, Julian's mother, Elizabeth, lectures him for not mentioning the limited lifespan because he did not tell these guys about the 29-minute lifespan, and he just sold them all these promises. Julian dismisses these claims and later uses Ares to attack MCOM's mainframe for the code. Because he's looking for the permanence code. A security fight ensues as Ares downloads Eve's personal data. During their escape, Ares, despite his programming, tries to save an injured program named Caius, played by Cameron Moynihan, but Julian pulls him out and disables NCOM's grid. This was a really cool sequence of them having like a stealth mission of infiltrating basically NCOM's like facility, but like in the grid. Really, really cool. We don't spend enough time in the grid, honestly, and it's really just wasted potential there. But it was a really cool fight seeing them. Like they have also these staffs that they use that create those hard light trails that like the light cycles can create, but using them, they use them as like kind of like platforms and stuff to like parkour and do tricks on. It's really cool. And then at the very end, basically Dillinger launches a fucking nuke and just completely blows up the complex. It's crazy.
It does go incredibly hard.
It goes
There's
hard.
so many moments in this movie that was like, oh yeah. We're troning it.
We're troning it right now. Our theater had a lot of people who were there to tron it with us. It was pretty. I was very surprised by how much Tron heads were there. Eve and Seth return to Encom with a hard drive containing the code. Their colleague AJ warns of Julian's cyber attack, forcing Eve to flee while Julian and Ares track her, with Ares and his second in command, Athena, chasing Eve on light cycles. Eve hits Athena and hijacks her light cycle, but Ares corners her in a nearby port where Eve destroys the drive. Eve hits Athena with her motorcycle, and it's like, damn.
It's pretty fucking funny too. That whole scene of fucking Athena running up the goddamn spiral parking deck, it's so good.
It's very good. The whole chase sequence with these light cycles in the real world was really sick. And I get it too, that like the whole thing with this film is like they want to bring these concepts into the real world and see how they interact with the real world. So that's why we don't get so much time in the grid. But man, I wish we had more time in the grid. But this is really cool. Ares finds Eve's empathy as Julian digitizes her to the Dillinger grid before Ares and Athena derez. Yeah, so Eve is having empathy for Ares as he's struggling to keep it together because he's about to disintegrate. Julian becomes more determined to retrieve the code. He's informed by Ares that it can be obtained using Eve's identity disk, but it will kill her as a result. Julian accepts this. Ares lies to Athena that Julian is indisposed to keep her with Eve. He offers to help her escape the grid in exchange for him achieving permanence. Eve agrees as Athena arrives on Julian's orders to extract the code. Ares and Eve flee using a light skimmer and rematerialize at Dillinger's hangar and escape, designating Athena the new master control program. Following Ares' defection, Julian arms her with a particle laser to capture Eve and Ares. This chase sequence in their grid was really sick too.
Another fucking awesome, like, you're gooning, I'm troning.
I'm troning it. It was really cool. Ares using this light skimmer and with instead of the usual vertical light trail, he turns it horizontal, which I was like, is that legal? Can you do that? Pretty cool. Yeah, this whole like exchange between Ares and Athena honestly was really intense. I really enjoyed it. He was talking when he was telling Athena that he was indisposed. She asked, define indisposed, and he just listed a bunch of stuff. It was pretty funny. Man, yeah, like I said, Jared Leto can be a really, really intense and good actor sometimes. He just needs to be reined the fuck in and just not do all this weird shit. Like,
someone needs to bust his balls. Someone needs to like smack his testicles really hard once. And as long as he doesn't like it, you just got to make sure he doesn't have a fetish for it first. You just got to hurt him in some way, so it puts him in his place.
To be fair, we're long past any sort of like redemption for him.
No.
Obviously, so he's done pretty bad stuff. So I'm not gonna say like, oh, we need to like, no, dude's really like grateful.
If you created a time machine, you should do the same thing to Hitler. Just smack his testicles really hard in 2001. And hopefully that'll help us out. Not Hitler in 2001. That'd be strange.
Are you saying you believe Hitler survived World War II?
No, I'm saying that like if you went back to like 1900 and like hit Hitler in the testicles really fucking hard, maybe that would have straightened him out.
Okay. Do it fucking Casino Royale style.
Oh yeah, you gotta use your. Well, I don't even know what that was. Some like fucking slappy testy weapon. I don't know.
I don't. Slappy testy weapon. Yeah, man. I'm pretty sure they sell those on Amazon.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, you completely derailed me. No, like I like. Don't get me wrong. Like, I'm glad this film got made. Or at least we got something from Tron. Like it wouldn't have been made without Jared Leto, and obviously because he produced and put so much money and effort into it to get it made, of course he would be the one to get the lead role. It's just like, oh man, it just really irks me. Like it just really, I wish it was somebody else.
Yeah.
Like I wish it was somebody else in that lead role, and I wish there was something they did different with Ares. I'll talk about that later though. En route to MCOM headquarters, Eve and Ares reflect on their motivation. Ares discovers Eve's search for the code was caused by her sister's death and feelings of inferiority for creating games rather than saving lives. Eve realizes that a copy of the code might be stored as a museum piece at NCOM. This is also where Ares reveals that he loves Depeche Mode.
It is kind of funny. I do enjoy the bit. It's just Jared Leto saying, I fucking love this song.
And he talks about how much he loves the 80s, which is just Jared Leto talking about how much he loves the 80s in the movie. They reunite with Seth to digitize and upload Ares onto Flynn's original grid. Athena destroys a particle laser to trap Ares and then pursues Eve. This is a really cool standoff because Ares is about to de-res and they gotta scan him, but Athena pops up right then and there in her jet, and she's just standing and they're in a skyscraper. It's like a standoff. It's like, what's gonna happen? Is he, as soon as he leaves, she'll go in and get Eve, or is he gonna? What he does is he charges at her, but they use a particle laser on him. It's really cool. So Athena destroys a particle laser to trap Ares and then pursues Eve. The sprinkler system activates, and Athena shows a moment of self-awareness before de-resing, like nick of time. She attacks Seth, but all she does is grabs him and throws him. Pretty sure that the guy's back should have broke. Like he should have died.
Yeah, he got thrown so fucking hard.
He got thrown so hard. AJ and his assistant Aaron arrive, and Seth and Eve explain their plan to use Athena's own particle laser so they can free Ares and thwart Julian. Frustrated by Julian's behavior, Elizabeth, after her board reinstate her as CEO, tries turning off the particle lasers, but Athena rematerializes and fatally stabs her, reminding Julian about his instructions to attain the code by any means necessary. The master control. Brutal master control disc that they use is a triangle. It's pretty sick and it has like very sharp blades on it. When she stabs her, the disc is literally the length from groin to sternum of Gillian Anderson.
Yeah, that shit. Like, there's no saving that. It's cauterizing. It's just cooking organs. You're cooked. She's done.
It sliced like her whole midsection. Like, yeah, it's bad. There's no way to come back from that.
I don't know how she's gonna do the fucking X-Files shit they're doing. Rest in peace.
I don't know. Rest in peace. On Flynn, and then also too, Athena starts printing a recognizer of those big staples. Yes, thank you. I was staples. They're like giant staples. It's pretty sick. She rematerializes her guards. It's pretty cool. On Flynn's primitive grid, Ares encounters an aspect of Flynn, and they discuss Ares' desire for permanence. Intrigued by Ares' wish to live permanently and his internal confusion, Flynn grants Ares the permanence code before Ares rematerializes in Flynn's arcade in a new suit with white highlights.
Like the red more, but it makes him in color. He's changing.
It makes sense. Yeah. Athena pilots a recognizer into the city to find Eve. She runs to allow her crew to hack Dillinger's grid, but is trapped in a light ribbon cage. It was really cool. Such a sick sequence is Athena launches all these drones. You see it in the trailer where they have all those light trails, and it's just so many of them just going around the city searching for Eve. And then they make like a tornado basically to trap her in it. Just a solid hard light prison. It's really sick. And then there's like another shot too when Ares gets to the real world. He looks up and he sees all the drones flying, fighter jets flying, shooting, getting shot down. It's so cool. Athena's recognizer is grounded after a battle with one of the jets. His plane gets cut to ribbons, or his wings get cut up, but he launches his jet into the recognizer, so it disables it and causes it to crash. So obviously, U.S. military are the heroes. We should thank them every day.
No,
For
it
what
was
they
9-inch nails. They have their own jets.
that was Trent Reznor. Has his own F-35 jet that he used to he's a mercenary. That's crazy. To fight off this to fight these guys off. After taking Eve to her light tank, Athena departs for Dillinger. Ares intercepts and destroys the tank with his new identity disc before dueling Athena. AJ, Seth, and Aaron penetrate and shut down the Dillinger mainframe, nuking it. As Athena disintegrates permanently, the Dillinger headquarters is raided by authorities, but Julian uses the laser to digitize himself. He goes into the grid. Eve and Ares go their separate ways, with Encom using the permanence code to benefit the world. Ares later sends Eve a postcard about his life outside the grid. It's just Jared Leto.
Wenzel pointed out, like, when he's in the suit, he looks fairly built, like muscular dude underneath. But this is just a photo of Jared Leto on vacation in India. Not a photo, but a video of him. He just looks like a skinny, lanky fuck.
It was so jarring because like said, he looked, he looked pretty built, and then he's in basically like folk artist musician clothes,
and he hit the fucking salon too right after. He's like, I'm in the human world, I'm gonna get my hair done.
He's gonna get his hair done because the entire time he has wet straight hair, which also I did not like that look. Yeah, so
he looks better when he has his helmet on and it's not showing his face.
Yep. That's his best
because that's
look.
when you can like distance yourself from the fact that it's Jared Leto.
I know. Oh man, that's why. Well, not why, because he's not Jared Leto, but that's also why I loved Rinsler in fucking Tron Legacy. Because even though I know it's just a black helmet, I don't know. I just think you can still get personality and aura from that, you know. So yeah, so he sends Eve a postcard about his life outside the grid. He plans to find Sam and Cora, so we get That's how we get confirmation that Legacy is very much canon. What's interesting though, me and Colt both noticed is that there's a picture we believe is of Cora, but it looks like she's balding. Did she develop cancer? Can she not survive in this world? Like, what is going on? Like, that was interesting.
I like to think she just got that haircut because she's perfectly fine and healthy, but she likes Larry David a lot and she just wanted to look like him.
There you go. Meanwhile, Julian is in the Dillinger grid and he's transformed by a very retro-looking identity disc that belonged to his grandfather's program, Sark. And there's a brief flash of Sark's outfit design on Julian as he's screaming. And that's how the movie ends.
And I'd love to watch that movie where Sark returns, but I don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah. Yep. Probably not. I don't know. Yeah. So, one of the things I really wish, because I think everybody kind of got this vibe too from what I've seen, is that everybody like we know Ares was seeking to live, but then at the same time it's like, and Colt, you made this joke that like, oh, he looks like the villain, but he's not the villain. I was like, it would have been really interesting though if like he kept his like black and red throughout the entire film and like, you know, was seeking to live, was seeking permanence, but for his own means, not necessarily like purely like selfish. And then not only that, like I would have loved that, like that turn or something where like it's like, oh, I want to live, but like I want to like declare war. I really wish they would have kind of went with the whole like mythology kind of allegory here. Like Ares is the god of war, so while he wants to, you know, have real flesh and be able to last longer than 30 fucking minutes or 29 minutes, you know, he can like summon his armies and raid the human world. And then I would have loved it too if like Athena makes a turn where she becomes good, because Athena helps mortals quite often in Greek mythology. She's pretty sympathetic. So I would have loved that if there was like where like she becomes our hero or becomes sympathetic, and like, because the actress for Athena, Jodie Turner-Smith, she was really good. I really liked her. Surprisingly, I did like her as Athena being a villain. I just wish she was utilized in that way, like I mentioned before. But obviously, that's my idea, not what we actually got. Yeah, I mean, overall, the movie looks incredible. Like I said, there's really good sets and sounds. I mean, it's those really good grid scenes and those action-packed scenes in the real world are really good. Have some interesting, like, obviously themes recently with like AI, but then also like of alien life. Like I like those are really enjoyable. But
They do have a decent amount of techno babble with the fucking humans in the human world. That I'm not really a fan of techno babble. You're just saying shit that goes over everyone's head, or stuff that doesn't even make sense to the people that actually understand techno babble. It's nothing for me. If anything, I find that anything that wasn't to deal with Ares kind of hurt the film, if you ask me.
see, that's the thing, is like, I'm like, I know what they're doing is important because they're looking for the permanence code. They're trying to, but it felt so just flat and like superficial. It didn't really feel like there was any really weight, or like it didn't feel like, oh, this is so important. It felt like what was happening with Ares and Athena and that conflict it felt like almost like two gods fighting, and it felt like it could have been so much more grand, but it just wasn't, and I hate that happened. Like, because I do like the idea too. Like Athena talks about how mad she is about, like, like, you chose this purpose, but like we were immortal, like I can die, like you die, but I die, I come back, and I keep coming back. Like, that's awesome, dude. That's what I like. I love, like I said, I love Jodie Turner-Smith. That was really cool.
It was just a frustrating just to know that, like, fuck, like Ares is here, but he's got to fucking disappear so that he can go into this goddamn program. That was such a good scene of her just waiting outside the mirror or the window, just looking, and then Jared's like, "Oh fuck, she's totally just waiting for me to go away so she can get this bitch." And then
like
him trying to dive through the window and still getting digitized. That was a pretty sick scene. I really enjoyed that scene.
That was really cool. The time factor was not something I was expecting, but it's really cool. It's like you have something there, to an idea there where, like, like, obviously, like, life being so precious and being so short, and like also too, like, Jeff Bridges, Kevin Flynn says this, like, I should have called the permanence code the impermanence, because as soon as you get this, you'll be alive, but you're gonna die, so it's impermanent. Like, I really like what they were doing there. And then like the 80s stuff, the retro stuff was pretty fun.
It was really cool seeing the OG style Tron bikes that have the 80s textures and models, but they were still a little advanced to be something from the 80s, but it was still really cool to get that throwback.
Yeah, it was really cool. But like, come on, that's fan service too. Let's be real. Like, don't get me wrong, it serves the story, but like, yeah. I get what he's saying though. Yeah, and some of like the performances, like, they just I don't know. There's like this. It just fall, like, it just doesn't stick with me. It doesn't really, like, I mean, particularly like with the humans, like, with Greta Lee, Arturo Castro, yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna say Jillian and Julie.
No, I enjoyed their
Jillian
bits because it was comically evil, and I enjoyed that.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm not really. Everything else, though, it's like, I'm just like, I can't. I just don't really. I'm not feeling anything. This banter, this stuff. I don't care, dude. Like,
it felt like canned slop when it came to the humor from the good guy side.
Yeah. So, yeah, I would say those are probably my biggest complaints about it. And yeah, score wise, or are we ready to get into scores? Do you have anything else to say?
I'm ready.
Okay. Let me see. I don't remember what I gave it, honestly.
I know exactly what I gave it, and I still feel that strongly. I gave it 4 stars. I really, really enjoyed my time with this. Jared Leto, he got reined in. They spanked him a little bit, thankfully. It was it was another Tron experience. It was nice to actually have that while I'm still here. And like I said, I wish I'd have a third one without Jared Leto, but I'll take what I can get.
God. I really I don't know. I like God. God, who what if what if can you imagine though if we just go progressively worse with people who like want to bankroll this Tron franchise? Like Jared Leto was already pretty bad. Who would be just worse than Leto?
Jeffrey Epstein.
Fuck. I was
He's not dead. He's making Tron 4 and he's fucking everything up.
Oh my god. Yeah, we got to go. I don't
get Casey Anthony in Tron 4. Get fucking George Zimmerman. Get all these fucking really bad people for Tron 4.
We got we got Casey Anthony, we got George Zimmerman, and just fresh out of the grave, we got him back. That's right, Charlie Kirk.
Fuck, he's in the grid. He's the fucking new Kevin Flynn.
He's in the grid, and he's gonna help our protagonists fight those woke programs. They didn't take the red pill.
I don't like this movie.
Ones stuck in the simulation, and this all takes place on Epstein Island in the grid.
And the Rensler is now the Rizzler, and he's got to run away from the predators.
God. Jesus Christ, what a fucking okay. My rating for this movie is a 3.5 out of 5. Like I said, I still really enjoyed what we did get and some of the stuff going on here. It's just like some of the disappointing parts are really disappointing for me. I don't know honestly too if I thought this was going to beat Tron Legacy. I couldn't tell you. 9-Inch Nails soundtrack though, like that didn't fail. That didn't fail me. So, if you're gonna take anything from this movie, I would take the soundtrack. 3.5 out of 5, I would say is like a 7 out of 10 in a 10 scale for me. Yeah, which that's not bad. Yeah, like it's very a generous 7. There we go. It's a very generous 7. Yeah, but I don't blame anybody who really enjoyed this because it's it's a blockbuster. It's a fun flick. I mean, God, if you're gonna go see anything in the theater, like I would say go watch this. It's fun. It's fun to watch. Yeah. Any final thoughts? Anything else you gotta say?
No, not really. I just need to get in the grid.
I need to see what's going on in that grid. I need to just get in there and just.
I'm gritting it.
I'm gritting it. I'm troning it. I'm troning it right now. I'm troning it. I'm troning it. Tron says I fight for the users. Well, instead of that, you say I fuck
for the users.
I fuck for the users, or I fuck the programs.
It's me. I'm Tron. I fuck the programs. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, okay. That's what he says in this movie. By the way, he's in it, and he says that
it's Tron like wearing like a jock strap, and it's like it looks like his jock strap is very stuffed, but we don't know. Okay, yeah. Yeah, and then his disc, his identity disc is like, it has like a very it's a very tiny hole in the middle. Cuz he self-pleasures himself with it.
Okay, we got to wrap this up. That is good, though. That is very good. I'm stopping this because it's such a good idea. We need to have it copywritten.
I feel like you're stopping this because you're getting uncomfortable.
No.
All right. Thank you for listening to this review and discussion. We're the All You Can Hear podcast. We really appreciate it. We're on SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Overcast. We're on YouTube as All You Can Hear, where we have all of our episodes uploaded along with the VODs from our Twitch, twitch.tv/All You Can Hear, along with the VODs from the instruction booklets and all of their episodes as well. And you can follow us on Bluesky at aychpodcast.bsky.social. Sorry. And lastly, you can follow me, Wenzel, on Bluesky at World of Wenzel and Wenzel Essentials. And my link tree has links for everything. Thank you.
My name is Colt. Follow me on Bluesky, Colt D99. Let's get troning.
Yeah, let's Tron it.
Tronin.
Tronin.